Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over what is a URL shortener, and I'm going to be highlighting Bitly. It's the URL shortener that I use, and I find it really useful. So if you don't know what a URL shortener is, that's the first thing I'll be explaining. And then I'm going to go over why you should be using it. I'm going to go over why you should show your students and have them be using it in the classroom. I'm going to show you how to use Bitly to make short URLs. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to use Bitly to see if someone has actually access the link that you've given them. So it'll show you if they've clicked on that link, and I'll use the examples with a resume or a portfolio and why that can be super helpful for you. Alright, so let's get started here. So what is a URL? Well, this is my YouTube channel, and I would really like to share this YouTube channel in a presentation. When people come into the room, I'd like to have the URL up on the board or up on the projector so that people can quickly type it in and have it accessed. The problem is it's got to be 30 characters long. I mean, it's huge. So it's not really feasible to say, hey, go to this link. So you got to have a different way to do it. And the way we're going to use is we're going to shorten this URL using Bitly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the share button here, and then I'm going to copy that super long nasty URL. It doesn't even fit on the whole screen. And then I'm going to go over to Bitly, and I'm actually going to log out of my Bitly account here so you can see logging what the screen looks like. So it's just called bitly.com, bitly.com, and it'll bring you to this one. And it does have like get started for free, but I've never once paid for anything on this in my classroom. So we're going to go up and you're going to click the sign in up button. I'm going to click the login. I would suggest logging in with Google. It makes it a lot faster and easier. So when you get signed up, yours will not have any bar graph here. This will all say zeros, and then on the side here it'll be blank. So now I'm going to go to my Create tab, and I'm going to go up and hit Create, and I'm going to paste that super long nasty URL that I just copied from my classroom tools. And you can see that it's automatically generated this weird random letters and numbers. So it's shorter. That still would be great. I am going to go ahead and give this title. I've already put in the title beforehand, so normally this field would be blank, but I'm going to leave it YouTube channel. And then down here, down at where it says customize the back half, we can actually get rid of all of those letters and numbers, and I can name this anything that I want now. So I am going to be, my name of my YouTube channel is called Classroom Tools. Now this is fairly generic, so if I hit save, I'm assuming that somebody already has this one. And it does. It says, oops, that's already been taken. So we need to make this a little bit more unique. I am going to be using this at Northern Michigan University, so I'll just type in NMU, Classroom Tools NMU, and hit save. All right, so that one's good to go. So now when people come into the room, I can give them the bit.ly link, bit.ly/Classroom Tools NMU. And they can type that in. It's still kind of long, but at least it's words that we can read and put in a lot easier. So now what happens is when I copy that, or if I give that to somebody and we type it into a URL bar, we should see it pull right up to that link. And you can see the link has already changed at the top, and it'll load. Okay, so we can see that this brought us back to my YouTube channel, which is exactly what I wanted. I want people to be able to take that URL and go to this web page. So let's look at that sticky note again. And why should we use this? Well, it takes these super big URLs and it makes it easier for students to be able to type them in. Now you might be thinking, well, I use Google Classroom, and I do too, but I like to put URLs right on their papers so that if they take it home, they're like, oh, I don't know my login, or I left that on my school computer, whatever it is, they still have the ability to get to that resource. And plus it makes it nice for parents as well, who might not have access to their students' Google Classroom. So why should you use it? It just makes life a lot easier when we're typing in links. Now, why should your students use it? You should show this to your students at the beginning of the year when you're going through all the setup, because they can use it when they're doing their works cited page. So if we go back to Bitly here, you can see that it saves it. It saves those here on the side, and if they find a resource they like and they plug it into Bitly, they don't have to record that URL right away. They can get all of their resources done, and then at the end come back and give you Bitly links to go and check out those resources in their works cited pages. Makes it really nice. So now let's go get to that final part here I said I would show you how to use Bitly to see if someone has actually accessed that link. And I'll be using that example of online resumes or portfolios. So I want you to imagine that you're applying for a job and you hand them your resume, and then you go home and you're like, man, I wonder if they read it. I wonder if they accessed it. Well, if you're giving them a digital resume or portfolio, you can make it so you can see if they've accessed it. So if you're sending out all these portfolios, what I would do is I would create different Bitly links for each school or each job that you're applying for. So for instance, if you apply at Marquette Area Public Schools, I would create a Bitly link to that document just for Marquette, and then I would give them the link, maybe in an email or on your resume, whatever it may be. And then when you log into Bitly, you can actually see how many people have clicked it. So you can see underneath my YouTube channel, it has 2 total clicks. I've punched that URL in twice through Bitly, and you can see when it was accessed and how many times it's been accessed. So that's pretty cool, and it allows you just that peace of mind, like, yes, they are accessing my documents. Yes, that was, and if you only give out one link, you obviously know who accessed it. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope you start using a URL shortener with your students, even if it's not Bitly.